leave Trinidad. This is Commercial Street, and that's Fisher's Peak, 10,000 foot peak in the background. The second largest and newest state park is all up there. We're headed to a property that's near Aguilar, Colorado, which is going to be about 15 miles north of Trinidad on Interstate 25, and we'll be taking the first Aguilar exit and going. Okay, the first Aguilar exit you come to coming north out of Trinidad is exit 30, and the property we're going to is right up on top of that hill right over there. We're going to be heading west. There's the plains out east. We're driving along the front range of the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, as they call them. RV park right there. There's Trinidad back that way. You can see Fisher's Peak in the background. Let me roll that. I'm not going to zoom in while I'm driving. Okay, we're going to be right up on top of that ridge. So you just come across the interstate, and the first left you can take. Aguilar, Colorado is set off I-25. It's right back over in there. And if you go left up there, that takes you up into the wilderness areas and the National Forest and Spanish Peaks. But from here, it's a real pretty drive going up Herosa Canyon to all the wildlife areas. Now the property's going to be right up on top of that hill on the other side. This is actually old county road pavement here. And there is maintenance on the roads, so you have year-round access. You're about, that was quicker than I thought, you're about 20 minutes from Trinidad. Probably 8 minutes to Aguilar, 15 to Walsenburg. This old pavement keeps going up this hill too. That's where we just came from. There's I-25 down there in the exit. Okay, see the red roof house? You can see that on the aerial map. And there's a little gate right here. It's open. The land's right up on top. It has about 10 acres of really nice usable ground. And that's where we come from. I can see Sheep Mountain over Colorado City that way. We're coming to the top of the hill, and there's power right to here. I see it going up here too. And the property is going to be on our left. We're driving, I believe we're driving through the bottom northwestern portion coming up the road. And so everything will be to our east. To our left, that's where the property is going to be at. Oh, there's the Sangre de Cristos. They look bigger. Bigger than that even. Okay, we're leaving the Sangres, and then everything on the left, so the power is going right through the property. Everything on the left from that little green gate we just passed through, and just before that is a part of the property. You can see that on the aerial. That's when we get up here on top, there's a really nice big flat area. Okay, there's a chain here, and I'll show you on the aerial I can see Fisher's Peak all the way in the distance right there. So this is going to be the upper portion that you see on the topo map. This big area right up in here. We're about right there. And the property boundary goes across right here. So it's going to be up the road here a little bit on this. You have a very large, nice top. Yeah, we just drove up this road. And we come to this chain spot, which on the topo, we're facing north. Top of the map's north. We came up this road here. The little green gate that we passed through is about right here. So the property when we were driving up the road, when we saw the houses right in here, is obviously down there. Just came up this hill. So that put us about right here. Like I say, you see Fisher's Peak here, and there's the Spanish Peaks, and you can see the Sangre de Cristos. And on this eastern edge of this property, you're going to see the eastern plains too. So there's a little gate. This is the west and east Spanish Peak from the first little road with the silver chain I just showed you. Look about bigger than that. I have my wide angle zoom on. And step over here. Sangre de Cristos too. Okay, the chain's over there. You can see all the mountains. Telephone here too. I found the southern Fisher's Peak. And that's the corner pin. Right at the telephone box. So the pins are marked well. I'm gonna go back to that chain gate where we're at. It's right here. That chain gate's right here. And let's see the road going all the way through. Goes way out here on this flat top. And this would be where it's probably dropping off. But right in here, you're gonna have views. Fisher's Peak, Sangre de Cristos, Spanish Peaks. Up north, Sheep Mountain, head up to. Might even see you'd see Pikes Peak on a clear day, and then all out east, all the eastern plains, headed to Kansas from the chain, which we already came over and looked at the views from this side. I'll tell you what, there's some of the biggest pinon trees that I've seen. About $15, $18 a pound for the nuts. I haven't walked very far. You can see on the aerial where the road takes off to the left, this goes to the right. Walking back south onto the big, there's a grassy area I showed you. I said this will probably show you the eastern plains. I'm bringing the maps, and the views of the mountains are back that direction. Pretty big ones in there. Can't tell if they're elk. Oh yeah. The big deal is oh my goodness. Oh doggy. Oh. Holy bananas. That's where we drove in at. Exit 30 to Aguilar. Entrance over here. I stood on top of that one time a long time ago. I don't even know what I'm top pointing at. Deal there. Hey, Kansas. This is where you'd see there's Sheep Mountain over Colorado City. And if it was a clear day, Pikes Peak would be right in there. This is Aguilar, a little town. The second exit coming from the north is right up there. Here's the one if you're coming from the south from Trinidad. It's pretty amazing. And the land goes down in here too, off this cliff. So I'd be looking over here. You're not going to get storms from the east. So you have to worry about those trees. But this is the top of the property right here. And I can see the Sangres and the Spanish Peaks through here. Now there's a lot of things you could do, depending on what you want to look at. These are incredible. The size of these pinyon trees. And the amount of them. Prickly pear. Where I grew up, had tennis shoes. Boots work better. Okay, I'm gonna find my way back to the road. If I just keep walking west here, I'm gonna get back down to that telephone box and that corner pin in my truck, and I'm gonna fly my drone over next. I was winding my way back down, straight from that eastern edge. And I'm back at the spot where it was cleared out a little bit to see the peaks. That eastern edge isn't very far over there. You'd have to knock down a lot of trees to see the Sangres and Spanish Peaks. Could be done. And then look out east and see south, north and south for most of the major features of anywhere down here by Trinidad, Aguilar, south of Pueblo. There's the telephone box and the very southern corner pin. There's the chain across the road, leads up there. The property has all, see the flat tops over there, those trees? That's all a part of it too. So this thing goes for a long ways. I mean, it is 52 acres. Okay. Let's see, if you look at the aerial map, we're parked like right here, and there's a crease now, but the chain gate's here. We walked all the way up this. It's not very far. We took a right on that road, and I said there's one that goes to the left. That's going to go down in here. There's another big area over here that can be used. You already have road construction, and then the area where we were looking at the eastern plains was right in here. And then I came back down through the trees to that point where and back to the chain gate. Point being, we're launching from here, and I'm going to look for this feature. Don't know about down here, but this feature right here, that's part of the northern boundary, and then the green gate where we drove through is right there. This northwestern corner's below that green gate. and we drove up this road. That's an easy feature to be able to tell when you're seeing the drone footage. Okay, we're driving out where we just flew the drone and looked at the property. And then you can see the Sangre de Cristo's a lot bigger than you can see in these videos, but in the West and East Spanish Peak, everything on our right is on the property. And hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'm thinking I need to put my drone videos at the beginning of these things. But this is the look coming out of this property. And if you're seeing this on some other site, please go to ranchviews.com. ranchviews.com. I do this on every property I get.